Hello, Shaker Heights varsity hockey fans, and welcome back in for the last time this season to the J.M. Bartley Arena as your Red Raiders get set to take on the Bengals of Benedictine, one of those private schools, one of the all-boys schools out here in Northeast Ohio. Shaker Heights taking on Benedictine, trying to get back in the win column after a couple of consecutive losses. They just recently, yesterday, lost to Padua Franciscan, those Bruins, beating the Red Raiders in a controversial overtime victory. A lot of negative energy coming out of that from the Red Raiders side, so they need to, as we say, lock in and get past that loss, move forward into a team that they know they should beat. Benedictine only has 4 wins this season. They have 3 ties, but Shaker on the other end, who are now coming out behind me, they have many more than that, 12 wins, so they're tripled up in that department, and Shaker knows that they can beat this Benedictine team, who they beat last season 8-1 for the very first game of the season. It was for the Rocky River tournament out there, of course, in Rocky River. Shaker was able to get the very first win of the season against these Bengals, and the Bengals look to just get back in the win column, and they have struggled recently. We'll see what they can do over the past couple of seasons. They have been able to make the semifinal of that Brooklyn district for the OHSAA state tournament. However, they have not been able to get past St. Ignatius, and they haven't really been able to beat a whole lot of those top 15 squads. They only were able to take down one of them once. Right now, Benedictine 1-6-0 against top 15 teams, and Shaker, of course, is one of those top-tier teams, so we'll see what Benedictine can do. Benedictine enters into today number 34th in the OHSAA state rankings. Shaker, on the other hand, ranked number 23. They moved down after swapping with Dublin Kaufman High School. So now we're going to send you down to the ice as these last seconds are being used as a skate around. We already had the warm-ups here on senior day. Let's get you down to the ice. Vaughn Ullum on the call here from the J.M. Bartley Arena. We already had our warm-ups taking place right after the Senior Day celebration, and the Red Raiders having their very, very final game. This is going to be their Senior Day, so hopefully we're going to get some more shifts out of these players who are playing in front of the home crowd for the final time at Thornton Park Ice Arena. Let's get you down while we get stadium announcements. We'll send you to the scorer's table.
Schools competing today. Both teams are expected to exhibit the qualities of good sportsmanship throughout the contest, and the administrations of both schools request the same from all fans in attendance. The officials assigned to this game have met extensive requirements set by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been approved by both schools to provide their important role in today's game. The officials for today's game are Mr. Bob McCreel, Mr. Max Prexta, and Mr. Jake Peacock. First, the starting lineup for the Benedictine Bengals. In goal, number 27, Jeremy Aid. On defense, number 5, Lex Herb. On defense, number 1, Will Eschke. At center, number 12, Ryan Harris. At right wing, number 17, Aiden Powell. At left wing, number 3, Mason Rosetta. And the rest of the Benedictine Bengals. And now, the starting lineup for your Shaker Heights High Red Raiders. In honor of our seniors, we will be announcing all 10 of our senior players. We want to thank our seniors for their leadership, dedication, and the lasting impact they've had on the Shaker Heights hockey community. First, number 4, forward, Ryan Kills. At forward, number 5, Captain Joey Moore. At forward, number 7, Lowell Rich. On defense, number 11, Braden White. On defense, number 14, Captain Andy Cheeks Benedictine. At forward, number 16, Aiden Salmon. At forward, number 17, Aiden Fury. At forward, number 25, Ian Schneider. At forward, number 26, Captain Ryan Linehan. In goal, number 32, Michael Benner. Shaker Heights High School would also like to welcome our Shaker Youth Hockey Association honorary starter, Josh Lindbergh. And the rest of the Red Raiders. The Red Raiders are coached by Matt Bartley. He is assisted by Mike Bartley, Carson Strang, Grant Cassell, Nathan Christman, Britt Anderson, Alex O'Kickey, and athletic trainers Bob Collins and George Williams. Now, please rise, remove your hats, and join us in singing our national anthem.
Yeah. After the anthem of the nation, we are set for some Northeast Ohio high school hockey between the Red Raiders of Shaker Heights and the Benedictine Bengals. Not a huge difference between these two schools when it comes just to distance. I mean, one school right next to the other. It's the only real closer one would be a school like Cleveland Heights, but I mean, when you look at it from Benedictine High School to Thornton Park, you got a 4.5-mile drive, so nothing crazy. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes of a drive, consisting mainly of South Woodland and maybe Buckeye Road as well. Benedictine, one of those all-boys schools. Shaker, of course, has not had a whole lot of luck against the all-boys school this season when they had to take on University School right here for that big rivalry night. They lost at 6-0, but of course Benedictine, a different kind of opponent. Their largest win came against Elyria Catholic on January 11th, but the very next day they lost to a common opponent in Menor 11-1, which is that 10-goal differential. Typically you're going to get the game just called as it is because, yeah, then they call it a mercy rule. And that was just the day after their largest win. But right now Benedictine winless against GLH opponents. They're 0-2-0. They lost to Walsh. They lost to Padua. Shaker looking to bounce back after their loss to Padua. But Benedictine wins the faceoff and immediately dumps it into the possession of Andy Benincasa. And he'll find Cole Richard as the loose puck picked up. Red Raiders in their black uniforms here today. They're Connor Mayhew on the backhand looking to try and pop one early on. Only 10 seconds in came the shot. Connor Mayhew, Ryan Linehan, and Joey Moore back in as forwards, as Bartley didn't like, you can guess, what he saw just yesterday when he tried to switch up the forward lines. Here's a shot that goes over the crossbar, and the loose puck picked up Cole Richard as he tries to clear it. Here's a shot from the point, and a good shot that was. That time from one of the defensemen. It was number 5, Alexander Herr. And here Joey Moore skates it in the other way. Good poke check, however, from Eschke to get it out. 14-14 left to go in the first period. Here Braden White just narrowly misses the offsides as he just keeps it in out from the blue line. And now comes Benedictine once more, right to the possession of Braden White. It's once again back with Herr. Herr wraps it around the boards. Cam Mayhew, first guy there. Forward line, Ryan Kiltz, Aiden Salmon, Lowell Rich, full senior line. And there a poke from number 6, Roulette. Trying to find it on net, but an easy poke away from Michael Better. Here comes Lowell Rich, kicking it back onto his stick, trying to find Kiltz in stride down the left or excuse me, down the right wing, but couldn't connect. Back along the blue line of the Red Raiders zone, past to Aiden Salmon, bumped off the puck immediately. Kiltz is going to get it back right along that right wing once again, pickpocketed by Alexander Herr. And now in a battle for the puck possession up against Olowo. Gives it up, Cam Mayu. Mayu dumps it deeper into the zone. Jeremy Aid, the goalie, here today for the Benedictine Bengals. 13:08 left to go in this first period as we play on. Cole Richard keeping it in Red Raider possession as it's wrapped around the boards. It looks like the third line forwards going to be making their way out in the form of Axel Schneider, Colin Arth, and Sebi Juan. Juan, one of those quick players, and this here he's in the slot looking for that pass from Schneider, but he hangs on at the point for now, looking for what to do next. Benedictine not pressuring too much. Here cross ice feed, finds his man Benincasa, takes the shot. Good blocker save. You heard that loud thud as the puck flew up and into the glass, but still kept in play. 12.5 remaining in this first period of action. We're scoreless so far as we await our first whistle. Benedictine dumps this one down. Benincasa first guy there. Icing waved off as it hit off of a Red Raider before making its way down. Benincasa tried to flip it off the glass, and eventually with a second effort it will get out of the blue line with Arth, the man, moving his way down. Piece of equipment down in the neutral zone. Arth, the only guy there in the attacking zone, and he's beating all 5 Bengals for the puck possession. Frees it out to Joey Moore. Moore keeps it in at the blue line. Finds his man Cam Mayu, rips the shot right off of a Bengal in front of the crease. And Lenahan off the bench comes on, and it looks like they might call this a too many men. Or no, it's an offsides. And now, yes, they are going to rule it too many men. Eamon Fury argues the case as he's going to be the man serving it into the box. Hasn't had a shift yet here today, but he's going to be the guy serving the time. Here, Cole Richard thrown off the puck. Shaker facing their very first penalty kill. 110 seconds remaining in the time. Here, Connor Mayhew flips it between his legs and trying to make something happen, but he underskated the puck. 11:35 to go in this first period. 100 seconds left to go in the Eamon Fury penalty. Here, Benedictine holding on to it for now, sending it into the slot in front of the crease of the Benedictine side, and now they flip it in. First guy there, Benincasa. Benincasa with the opportunity to send it out, and he'll send it up to Joey Moore. Moore has Connor Mayhew over to his left side. It's a 2-on-2 rush, but that's going to be offsides. $11:16 to go in this first period as it was whistled offsides. 0-0 still the score. Benedictine on the man advantage for the next minute 21. As his mom takes a picture of Eamon in the penalty box, and comes right up to the glass and takes the picture. Eamon just shrugs his shoulders and says, "Come on now." Here, battle for the puck possession. It's number 17, Aiden Hwag, who gets it out to the near side, looking for that pass back up to the point. It'll bounce its way to Ryan Carez. And eventually they'll wrap it back around the boards for Benedictine to hold on. Here's the shot from the point. Good stick save, sending it into the glass by Michael Better, looking for hopefully a shutout on senior day or just a win. Shaker Heights always loves a good win on your senior day, but it's always the job of the opposite squad to ruin that senior day. Give you a bad memory as you make your way out of your home rink for the last time. Here's Benedictine working their way in with Carez. Behind the net, he's skating his way all around the zone, and eventually he's going to drop it off. One-time shot, that time from her. Kick save made by Michael Better, and here, pass across the slot, poked away by a defenseman. Now here, it's still loose out in front of the crease. Shaker tries to get it out, but Ryan Carez keeps it in for now. Here's another shot by her. It goes off of the body of the man in front. Braden White battling for the puck with Cam Mayu. Eventually it will be freed out of the danger zone. Here, a shot with 10 seconds left on the power play. Still handled by Benedictine. Here's a shot from her. Rebound chance given up, and it'll go back to her, and it's tipped in off the body of Braden White. Snuck in on the near side post. So with 9:57 left to go in the first period and 2 seconds left to go in the power play, Benedictine takes the early lead. You can't blame Michael Better for that one. Very clear that his vision blocked during that play. So they're going to credit Alexander Herr for the goal, the senior on defense. And keep in mind, we have all of our puck in the net picks set here today for the Red Raiders, but every single senior was picked by someone that we asked, and so we'll let you know if one of these seniors score today. We'll let you know who had him picked. Here's Lenahan skating it from blue line all the way up to the other blue line, and he halts there and looks for a pass into the high slot, but nobody home. Benincasa, Lenahan, and Richard retreat. Richard getting there first behind the net of Michael Better, flips this over to his senior captain Benincasa. Benincasa taking it up the near side boards, now passing it all the way up to Lowell Rich. Rich now dumps this one forward as he's thrown off the play. Delayed offsides as Lenahan a bit too jumpy. He was getting set to touch it in the corner of the zone, but he elects not to as he doesn't want the whistle called against him. 9-10 left to go in this first period of action. Right now, shots on goal to the advantage of Benedictine, 5-1. Benedictine with the lead 1-0. Here, back in the Red Raider side, it's Braden White looking to wrap it around the boards to try to find the captain Benincasa, who bats it out of the air. Good play, and there he'll hit off of his helmet, and he'll give the loose puck up to Lowell Rich. Rich dumps this one down. He's going to hop off for a change. White and Lenahan still remain on as Connor Mayhew makes his way right to the puck. He's looking to be aggressive as Olowu, the forward, it's senior, is going to be the man handling it in the neutral zone, and eventually Benedictine gets it back into the zone. They look to get something going as they're up against the forwards, Lenahan, Mayhew, and Kiltz. A different little look. Here, Mayhew going to find Kiltz in stride. Kiltz taking it forward. He's thrown off the play, but looking to center it back to Mayhew, who's sandwiched between two Bengals in the slot. Shaker's going to keep it in the possession of White. White eventually finds Mayhew back in the slot as it made its way there. Everyone overskated it. And Mayhew with the shot gives a glove save over to number 27, Jeremy Aid. So Aid with the save. The junior keeping this one 1-0 to the advantage of Benedictine. 8:08 to go in the first period. This should be a game Shaker can win, but right now, it's not looking like they're going to. Well, again, a lot of time to be played. They're good. Hit by Joey Moore behind the net of Aid. It's wrapped back around. Joey Moore, Connor Mayhew, Ryan Kiltz, 4, 5, 6, your forwards. And right now, number 4, Ryan Kiltz, trying to get back to it. Benedictine just working to clear, but right back into the possession of Connor Mayhew. Wraps it back around. Kiltz once again gives chase to the loose puck in the corner. Joey Moore joining the play as well. Now Kiltz racing to get it back up against number 1, William Egshi. Now here comes the captain, number 12. It's Carez, pickpocketed by Mayhew. Mayhew's going to build a rush and immediately sandwiched between two Bengals once again. This kept in as it bounces awkwardly off the stick of Mayhew, but his shot immediately blocked by a Bengal. They take it in, and a harsh shot right off the stick of Michael Better up into the netting. It went out of play. We get the whistle with 7:13 to go in the first period of play. Benedictine up 1-0. To take this face off is Colin Arth. He's going to lose this one, however, as it's one back at the point this time. And it's now loose out in the slot, that time to Olowu, who's having a physical battle up against Braden White. Now back into the corner, it's free. Pass up Axel Schneider. Schneider trying to leave this to Braden White. He can't get there in time. Arth loses it in the slot. Here's the shot. Glove save, Michael Better. Flashing the leather with a big save. Lenahan, Moore, Mayhew back out as forwards. Benincasa and Richard, the two on defense. Face off one over to Benincasa. Benincasa tries to lift it up off the glass to find Lenahan, but instead it's turned over to the men of white and navy blue, and a little bit of Columbia blue in there as well. Same kind of color scheme you'll find out of a team like UNC Here, a good pass to Lenahan as he makes his way across the blue line. No one to really pass it to. Joey Moore hitting the slot. No penalty called. Benedictine wanted a penalty, though, as well. Here's a shot from Richard. It goes wide. Benincasa going to get there. Lenahan is the man that's dropped off to. He tries to give it back to the blue line as he's cross-checked from behind. He'll lose the puck. And here comes Benedictine, but a good back check from Connor Mayhew gets the puck back. Looking for the pass. He's under pressure. He'll just send it out of the zone to the possession of Luca Bucci. Bucci dumps this one on net to Michael Better. Better leaves this one to Mayhew. 6 minutes to go in this first period. Shaker losing this one by a goal. 1-0 your score. Here, pass all the way down the ice. Finds Joey Moore. Moore accelerates. Finds Lenahan. Lenahan tries to deke around a man as he's taken down to the ice. Still no penalties assessed to the Bengals. Here kept in. This time by Dylan Orsepke. Wraps it around the boards trying to find Joey Moore. He's unable to stick with it. Lenahan as well behind the net. Unable to stick with it. To the far side boards, Benedictine picks it up, dumps this one down the ice. It'll hit off of Moore's stick. And so icing is waved off as Orsepke finds it behind the net. Pass up, finds Benincasa right off his stick. So now Salmon pokes it forward, trying to find Joey Moore in stride. But Benedictine back with it as a big hit in the neutral zone. Laid from Orsepke on to number 8, Chinja Scott. And as this one's dumped in, it's going to be an icing on the Bengals. Probably. 5:19 to go in this first period. Face off to the left side of Jeremy Aid and cleared out by the Bengals. Right now, Benedictine holds it in their own zone for now. To the far side boards, Aiden Salmon tries to free it to Rich. Rich somehow keeps it in at the blue line as he passed it back to Cam Mayhew. But Benedictine with a second effort is going to clear. We're 2/3 through this first period. 5 minutes to go in this first frame. Down the ice it goes along the far side. Cam Mayhew picking it up and wrapping it around as Mayhew evaded a hit. There, bad pass goes right off the stick of Cam Mayhew and on net. My goodness. That was not a good look from the Red Raiders that time. Letting some more pressure get to them. Again, they have to let that loss go from yesterday that they faced against the Padua Bruins. Shaker needs to win this game to get some momentum before heading into the GLHL Cleveland Cup. They wanted to avoid the game on Tuesday, but you gotta play it now and you gotta have a little bit of a positive momentum before you head there. Here, Colin Arth makes his way down the right wing, tries to find Sebi Juan, but a good stick lift throws him down. And here a pass just out of reach of number 3, Mason Rzepka. And as this one goes down out of his reach, it's going to be an icing on the Bengals. 4:16 left to go in the first period. 1-0, Benedictine leading. Shaker with their third line forwards and Colin Arth, Axel Schneider, and Sebi Juan now out. Arth drops in to take this face off against Carez. The first line of Benedictine. Here a pass goes right off the skate of Axel Schneider, kept into the possession of Shaker, but they need to dump it back in. Past Axel Schneider goes the pass from Arth, but Arth maintaining possession again, trying to center himself off the backhand. Rebound given up, but the play blown dead. Great opportunity that time for the Red Raiders. Penalty ruled on Benedictine as Arth tried to make his way to center himself into the slot. We'll see who the penalty is officially assessed towards. It looks like it's going to be number 3, Mason Rzepka. And indeed it will be. So Shaker with their first opportunity on the man advantage. Benedictine went 1-for-1. Shaker looking to replicate the success. Here's Joey Moore working his way from the point. Here's Lenahan now in front as the pass made his way right in front of the crease. Now into the far side corner. It's flipped back to the stick of Joey Moore. Moore sends it from point to point. Back Richard. Richard trying to get that pass back from Connor Mayhew as he's thrown down to the ice. No penalty called for interference. Here's Mayhew trying to take the shot, but it's blocked by a man in the lane. Cole Richard pressured now from number 17, Hogg. But pass back up, Benincasa. Benincasa going to try to rip it. It'll be right off the leg of a Bengal in front. Here, Benincasa with a secondary chance. Save made again by Aid. Here, Lenahan trying to get it back up to the point. Joey Moore hesitates on the shot, gives it back up to Lenahan. Lenahan back to Moore. Moore sends it over to Mayhew. Mayhew, his shot is blocked by a man diving into the lane. Now here in the slot, Lenahan just missed it, so it goes back to the point for Moore. Moore to Richard. Richard takes it, looking for the tip. Out in front was Benincasa, and the captain scores goal number 1 with 3 minutes to go in the first period of play. And Colby Bayou makes his rounds as the flag waver. So, well, that's one of the seniors that scored. So let me double check who had Benincasa. It was the student manager, Caden Trotter, who went with Andy Benincasa. Again, all seniors taken. Benincasa, the man on the tip from an original Cole Richards shot from the blue line. Good look from Benincasa to just tip that right at the right angle. So less than 3 minutes to go in the first period. And now it means that all the power play opportunities, they might mean a lot to this game. Each team has had one opportunity on the man advantage. Each team has scored, and that's why we sit here at a 1-1 even score. Here at the point, it'll be flipped to Aiden Salmon off the backhand, trying to find Kiltz in the neutral zone. Kiltz needing to send it back as he was pressured out in front. But now Shaker with some open ice. Cam Mayhew gives it up to White. White's pass deflected, but it'll find Woolrich eventually as he gives it to Kiltz. Kiltz along the left wing. He'll halt as a lot of Bengals swarm that area. Now to Braden White. He's going to dump this one on net from the neutral zone, left by Aid to his defense. And now Axel Schneider flies in, keeps it on his stick. Good work by the sophomore. But Benedictine takes it, dumps this one down. Icing going to be waved off as Braden White is there. Cole Richard back in at defense, the guy who had that big assist for the Red Raiders just moments ago, but the goal officially credited to Andy Benincasa. Behind the net, 100 seconds left to go. Benedictine going to try to clear it away. And indeed they're going to as Caress begins a rush. He'll now drop it back to Hogg. Hogg giving it back to Caress as he works his way into the corner, the left side of Michael Better. Back over to Hogg. Hogg behind the net, loses it. Pass up to the point, working his way in was Bucci, and now flipped in, and they call that one a goal. As it flips right over Michael Better, not much he could have done about that one. With 1:15 to go in the first period, Benedictine taking their lead back. And 2-1 now your score. We'll see who officially is credited with the goal, as it's going to be Kress against Lenahan for the faceoff. Here to the near side, it's held by Braden White. White banks it off the glass and down into the Benedictine zone, and it's turned over. They call that one offsides by Connor Mayhew as he was making his way. Who was credited on the goal, did he say? Got a list of that. I can't hear with these. A minute to go in the first period of play. 2-1 your score. Benedictine leading. During the senior day here, Connor Mayhew tripped up. Not going to get the call. Is looking at the referee like, where's my penalty? Not going to get one. So Benincasa now back in the Red Raiders zone, giving it up to Lenahan. Lenahan has Mayhew in stride, and he's going to get there. He's going to beat the defenseman, turning it into a breakaway and popping it into the bottom right corner. There's Connor Mayhew, a junior. Don't worry, Red Raider fans, you have him for the extra year. And immediately, right after, Benedictine takes their lead back. Shaker moves it back to a tied game. It's 2-2, an exciting score through the first 15 minutes, but we've still got another 37.5 seconds left in the first period. We'll see if anyone's able to take their lead before heading to the locker room. Here, centering pass into the corner, works its way past the slot. Now back to the blue line. Mayhew trying to get there. Back into the slot. It's freed out to Rezepka, but he can't get a good shot away. Now here to the near side post. Michael Better making the save with 19 seconds to go in the first period. 2-2 your score. Face-off handled by Benedictine here. A rebound chance. Phenomenal save by Michael Better that time. Sprawling out to his left and keeping it 2-2. My goodness, Benedictine with some great chances early on. And we'll see what happens on this next face-off. It's Caress against Lowell Rich. Rich winning this one back. The defenseman sending it all the way down the ice. This should be an icing. Lenahan's going to win the race there. But it don't matter in high school hockey. .6 seconds left to go in the first period. Aid remains in as the goaltender on the Benedictine side. They're not going to pull the net empty for the extra attack. And now the puck is dropped. Lowell Rich falling down to his rear. Shot made. Shaker now going to handle it, clear it out to the point. It's kept in, but it won't matter as time expires on the first frame. Very eventful first period. Probably one of the most eventful of the past couple of weeks. Of course, haven't had as high scoring a first period in a long time, but Shaker Heights and Benedictine proving to make a good game, as we've still got another half hour to go in game clock. We'll be back for the call of the second period. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum representing Shaker Heights Athletics on Senior Day. We'll be back for the call of the second period. 2-2 your score. Hello, everybody, and welcome into the J.M. Bartley Arena. We are back for the middle frame between the Red Raiders and the Benedictine Bengals. Shaker Heights right now in a tied affair 2-2. Shaker Heights has not yet held the lead. They fell down 1-0, then they fell down 2-1, and now here they are in a 2-2 affair. Goals coming from Andy Benincasa and Connor Mayu. But here's the stats as they line up right now. Shaker Heights losing the shots on goal right now. They are doubled up 12-6 in the shots on goal department. They are losing the shots attempted 23-11. And face-offs, they're losing that 10-6. So really this game has been all Benedictine, at least for the very beginning. But a lot of the separation, I guess 50% of the separation, has come on the power play, where Shaker Heights went 1-for-1, Benedictine went 1-for-1. Shaker has had a lot more setup time, but they just haven't been flinging them at the net like Benedictine has. Against Michael Better. And so now we're going to see what Shaker can do in this middle frame to try and get a lead against these Benedictine Bengals, a team that they know they should beat here today for their senior day. We're going to send you down to the ice as we get our opening draw the second. Von Ullum on the call here from the Thornton Park Ice Arena. Shaker Heights now going to be attacking from right to left, and Benedictine from left to right. Lenahan to take this face-off up against the other captain on the ice, Caress. And face-off at first taken by Benedictine, but immediately flipped into the Benedictine zone by Connor Mayhew. It's on net, so they're going to avoid the icing. 14:50 to go in this second period of play. Around the boards, Benedictine going to handle it and clear it out on a weird tip that gets past Benincasa. Now here comes Kares. And immediately poked away by Cole Richard, ending the threat as he made his way into the slot. Here's a shot, goes off the stick of Michael Better. I believe it would have gone wide either way, but he just got that tip as an extra measure of security. 14.5 left to go in this second period. To the near side corner boards of the defensive zone. Connor Mayhew going to take it out, free it, and now here he comes, moving around a defenseman, flipping it in off the backhand right at the crest of Benedictine. With 14:17 to go in the second period, we get our first whistle after the opening draw. 2-2 your score between the Bengals and the Red Raiders. Again, Shaker fell down 0-1, tied it up, then fell down 2-1, then tied it right back up with 35 seconds to go in the period. They're a crunching hit from Eamon Fury, trying to lay the body on Ezekiel Bartlett. Shaker trying to get all their seniors some playing time, so out comes Colin Arth, Eamon Fury, and Ian Schneiberg. Colin Arth with some good speed, moving his way into the near side corner of the attacking zone. And Arth sticks with it somehow along the far side boards, leaves it to White. White with a blast, hard shot, goes wide. Cam Mayhew tries to keep it at the blue line, can't, so needs to find Braden White as the Red Raiders retreat a little bit. And now as Braden White tries to enter into the zone, he collides with Fury, who's hopping off for a change. Now coming onto the ice, Aiden Salmon. Salmon using the backhand, trying to move it to his forehand to get a shot away, but in doing so, Benedictine steals it in the high slot and clears it out of the zone. 13:20 left to go in this second period. Schneiberg loses the puck between his skates, stolen away this time by Eschke, and sent on net from the blue line. Michael Better with an easy glove save. 13:15 to go in the second. Lenahan comes out. He's going to be working with Connor Mayhew and Joey Moore. Aiden Salmon and Lowell Rich hopping off. On defense, we're going to see Benincasa and Cole Richard once again. So a bunch of first lines out there for the Red Raiders. Cleared out of the Red Raiders zone by Connor Mayhew. Joey Moore pressuring to get that puck back in the neutral zone, but the Benedictine dumps it back in. Benincasa holds it, wraps it around, trying to find Connor Mayhew. Tries to use his speed to get there first. Tripped up, but recovers back into the boards, and it's sent back around. Loose puck going to be picked up by Benincasa. Benincasa flips this one to Lenahan, and it will clear out of the zone. Benincasa, however, throwing the man off the puck, keeping it in Red Raider possession. And here pass connects with Joey Moore. Moore to Lenahan, and now it's a 2-on-2 rush if they hurry. Now to Connor Mayhew. Mayhew with the blast and a shoulder save from Aid. And now pass back into the center for Moore. Moore to Lenahan. Back to Moore as the save is made. Good shift out of the first line of forwards. 12.5 remaining in this second period. Bartley playing it out with some quick shifts. Arth to take the face-off in at center. The winger is going to be Axel Schneider and Sebi Juan. On defense remain Richard and Benincasa. So only one senior out here on this one. Again, it's senior day, keep in mind, so hopefully we're going to be seeing seniors like Eamon Fury and Schneiber get a couple more minutes than per usual. There, a good pass, finding their man Hogg. Hogg centering it back, and the shot went wide. My goodness, Cole Richard now takes it in the far side corner boards, trying to find Colin Arth. Trying to get the whack at it was Benincasa, but unfortunately it'll get right past him. That shot from the point as Alexander Hurd takes it. Here's another shot from the point, but it's blocked and goes into the near side boards. Cole Richard picks it up, sends a ride up into the netting, out of play. So face-off will be back in the Red Raiders zone. Still yet to see a goal here in the second period, so we're still at the 2-2 affair. Second forward line coming out, Aiden Salmon, Lowell Rich, and Ryan Kiltz. Rich to take this face-off. He's my puck in the net pick. We'll see what he can do on the shift. Loses this face-off. Shot goes right off of the man in front of him. It was number 6, Max Xavier Roulette. And Shaker with the opportunity to clear. Lowell Rich unable to do just that. Cam Mayhew takes it, banks it off the glass, trying to find Lowell Rich in stride. It'll get past him and go down for an icing with 11:36 to go in the second. So things have slowed down. We had a couple of goals there in the final moments, one per side in the final moments of the first period, but now as we open up the second period, not a whole lot going in the first 4 minutes. We'll see if anything can change that. Here, Lowell Rich tied up the face-off at first, but now with a second effort, pokes it out to Aiden Salmon, who's trying to take it down the near side left wing. Kilt's now trying to join the play. Salmon will get it, and some phenomenal effort by Aiden Salmon getting back to the puck, but Benedictine eventually with numbers takes it and clears it back into the Red Raiders zone. Braden White going to hold on, trying to send it down the ice, just misses the stick of Lowell Rich. Icing going to be waved off, so Kilt's rushing there, finds Aiden Salmon, who's trying to center it, but it'll give it back up to Kiltz. Kiltz continues to try and center it, but a stick continues to throw it out of the zone. Benedictine throws this one down. And it was supposed to be an icing, but the referee didn't even look the other's way, saying it tipped off. And the Benedictine coach is infuriated, and kind of understandably so. It was clear that it tipped off of Cam Mayhew. One referee signaled that with the scrape of the hands. The referee didn't look his way, and I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. He blew the whistle, face off back in the Benedictine zone. And now here taking it up the left wing, it's a 2-on-2 rush. Lenahan back on the back check. Shot goes off of Cole Richard into the glass, so kept in play. And here's taking it out of the zone, Joey Moore, but cleared right back in. Cole Richard going to pick it up behind the net of Michael Better. Flips this off the far side boards. Finds Moore. Moore tries to get it through the legs of the forward pressuring. It was Krez. And now Cole Richard moves it in, but they whistle it off sides. That was close. Lenahan to take this face off once more. Mayhew to the near side, Moore to the right side. Face off handled by Benedictine once again. They have done well at controlling the puck out of these draws. Lenahan banks it off the far side boards. He's going to be the one man to give chase. Connor Mayhew playing the near side. He'll free it up to Benincasa. Benincasa was looking to Lenahan once again, but could not connect. Here, Joey Moore takes it, moves it to the slot, takes the rip at it, but it's blocked and up and out of play it goes. Scorer's table delivers a new puck to the referee. Face-off will be to the left side of the goaltender, Jeremy Aid, the junior. Not a whole lot of height on the guy, but he's making some decent saves early on. Here out of the face-off, a tie-up, so we get a 2-on-2 rush going the other way as it's picked up here by Rzepka. Rzepka takes the shot, pad save by Michael Better as it goes into the far side corner. Picked up Colin Arth. Back out with his line of Axel Schneider and Sebi Juan. Now back into the corner. It's freed out this time by Cole Richard. Richard leaving it here to Schneider. Schneider looking for the shot. He'll take it. Kick save made. Rebound given up, but he'll cover in his crease. And with just under 10 minutes to go in the second period, we're going to get the face-off once again in the Benedictine zone. (2-2) still your score through the first 5 minutes of the second period. Around the boards. Benedictine has it in their own zone, but now it looks like they're going to try to slow things down and get something set. Here it's with number 47, Bucci. Bucci sending it up. Number 17, Hogg, but his shot went wide. Benedictine handling it back, trying to send it into the slot for the shot. That shot from the high slot, blocked by Joey Moore. It'll clear the zone at first. Shaker gets back to it. He'll split two forwards and get it back there as Joey Moore sends a man down to the ice. Here, Lenahan on the shot, goes wide to the left. Mayhew picks it up. Mayhew and Lenahan collide along the far side boards, and Benedictine takes it, dumps it down. Not a clean look that time as Lenahan and Mayhew just went head-to-head that time. Same team. So now we get the second line forwards back out. Kiltz and Salmon on the wings. Rich to take this face-off. He's going to be up against Roulette. Rich wins this back to the point. Here's the shot. Tipped. Good work by Rich to try and get that tip, but the save made by Aid once again. And here Richard unable to get back to it. And here it's going to be handled, and the shot from out wide goes off the glove of Michael Better, freed back out to the slot as Lowell Rich is taken down to the knees, but able to clear it away. It looks like a penalty going to be assessed, and it's going to be on the Red Raiders. And now Benincasa touches up. We'll see what the penalty will be. It's going to be a cross check on Lowell Rich. .435 left to go in this second period of play. Penalty took place along the Red Raider blue line as he just tried to throw in an extra kind of hit. So both teams 1 for 1 on the power play. We'll see what Benedictine can do in their second opportunity. Here's a shot from the point. Tipped up and in. My goodness, what a tip. Into the top right corner. And the goal going to be credited to number 17, Aiden Hogg, the sophomore forward, and Benedictine takes a 1-goal lead right back. I mean, that was just a phenomenal tip. I mean, there was nothing Michael Better could have done about that one. And Benedictine takes a 1-goal lead once again. So, and they move to 2 for 2 on their power play. Shaker 1 for 1. They could use another opportunity on the man advantage. But we'll see if Shaker can just get one on their own. Here along the Benedictine blue line, it's cleared away. Picked up by Dylan Ursepke. Ursepke behind the net of Better. Better sending it to Mayhew. Mayhew was looking to Lenahan, couldn't really hit him in stride. Kept inside of the zone, but Mayhew going to get it back. Flip it on the forehand out of the zone. There was a lot going on here. 8 minutes to go in this second period. Scoreboard still says there's a power play, but none actually happening right now. Here Joey Moore taking a hit along the far side boards. No penalty, though it could have been argued as interference. Lenahan skating along the right side wing. Benedictine sending it to the near side. There Ursepke trying to send it on net. It'll hit off of a bangle. Make its way into the far side corner where Lenahan gets it back. Lenahan held up. Benedictine holds. We're past the halfway point of the game as we're halfway through the second period. Benedictine takes it, dumps it down with 7:24 to go in the middle frame. 3-2 now your score as Benedictine leads it here on the Red Raiders Senior Day. Face off. One back by Benedictine, but Shaker trying to get it back. Benincasa collides with a referee right on his way there, so he isn't able to handle it. Benedictine going to be able to take it out of their zone, and indeed, that pass goes right to Colin Arth, who falls down to his rear as the puck hits him in the chest. Juan leaves it Benincasa. Benincasa trying to center it back. Now takes it behind the net, looking for a centering feed. Nobody really there, so he delivers it to the point. Richard misses it at first, overskated the puck before he was able to pull the trigger, but now he'll get it back as Benedictine turns it right back to him. Now he's looking for the pass across the blue line, and that pass that time from Arth finds its way to Kress, and here's a breakaway chance, popped back into the top right corner by Benedictine. Poor defensive showing that time from the Red Raiders, and now Benedictine has the Raiders doubled up. It's 4-2.
Benedictine goal scored by number 12, Ryan Harris. Unassisted. Time of goal, 8:18.
My goodness, 6:42 to go in this second period. Shaker down 2. Over halfway through this one, but Shaker still with plenty of time to get back into it. Here Connor Mayhew delivers it up to Lenahan. Lenahan sticking with it, takes the shot off the blocker. It's going to go off the backboards. Joey Moore's going to be the first guy to get it, but he's up against 3 Bengals along the corner boards. He's going to get it back, looking for the pass in front to Mayhew. And now along the face-off circle, Benedictine will hold and skate it from blue line to blue line down into the Red Raiders zone. Michael Better flips it over to Braden White, delayed offsides, sent down on the delayed offsides as it's cleared away. Icing going to be waved off with 6:10 to go in the second period. Benedictine with possession in their own zone. Pass up here to Olowu, who leaves it to Roulette. Roulette's shot goes wide. Here, Braden White trying to lay the body along the far side, and in doing so, Shaker with opportunity to take possession. Mayhew dumps it off the near side. Glass, down the ice it goes for the icing. 5:50 to go in this second period. Shaker down 2. Here to take the face-off to the near side face-off circle of the Red Raiders zone. It's going to be Lowell Rich sending it back, trying to find Benincasa, but the forwards of the Bengals are quicker, and they'll free it out to the point. Here's the shot, tipped up and loose out in front of the crease, but stolen away by the captain Benincasa, who builds a rush. He's held up. No penalty called, and now freed for Lowell Rich to block that dump out of the zone. He's going to still try to pressure it in the Red Raider possession. In the corner, he'll deliver it back around the boards. Benedictine with the opportunity to clear it away. Kept in for now. Here it's Cole Richard. Richard poked away from. He's going to need to get back to it as he's sent down to the ice. Referees don't rule a penalty. Shaker coaches clearly wanting one. Here, pass over to Aiden Salmon. Salmon just needing to dump this one down. Icing going to be waved off. Aiden Salmon looking for the rebound chance in front as the goaltender not able to really control it in front of him. And now it's cleared down, 2-on-1 once again. He's going to go for the shot. Blocker save, rebound given up, and it's now 5-2. The defensive lapses really costing the Red Raiders in the middle parts of the middle frame. It's now, well, now the scoreboard says 9-2. It's supposed to be 5-2. Don't worry, it hasn't gotten that out of hand. But holy cow. Mason Orzepka, the one to get the rebound into the back of the net. Now it's crunch time for Shaker. Looks like they, however, are going to call a timeout, and that's an early timeout in this one. So we'll see what they decide to talk over as they just need to recollect. They're now down 3 in a 5-2 score, 4:54 to go in the second period. Second periods were never the strong suit of the Red Raiders, but they find the middle frame. They're losing the period 3-0. And they're losing the game now 5-2 against a team they should really be beating. Number 34 in the state rankings, Shaker number 23. Shaker beat St. John's, who was ranked number 32 earlier on in the season. Right now, the forward's going to be Axel Schneider, Ian Schneiberg, and Eamon Fury. Kept inside of the zone by Schneider. Schneider trying to rip this one, but instead it'll fly into the near side corner boards. Around the boards it goes. There a whiffed pass. Makes its way to the stick of Eamon Fury. They say it was not a played off of a high stick, so Shaker going to hold it in the neutral zone. Work for Cam Mayhew to flip it in. 4:20 to go in this second period. Ian Schneiberg taking it along the far side corner boards. Working now with Ryan Lenahan to take it away, and Lenahan has an opportunity to center it, but no one there for the Red Raiders. Benedictine takes it, dumps it down. It'll be an icing on the Bengals. Rough go for the Red Raiders these past couple of minutes. When they were down 3-2, it seemed rather comfortable. But now it's moved to 5-2, and we'll see what happens here. He's gone back to the first lines that he put in place yesterday with Sebi Juan, Ryan Lenahan, and Connor Mayu. Lenahan getting there along the far side corner, leaving it to Juan. Juan trying to center it over to Connor Mayu, but he misses it in front of him. They're trying a good back check that time from Connor Mayu. Forced a bad pass along the Red Raider blue line. Juan looking for the pass. Intercepted that time by number 14, Liam Congus. Mayhew back with another cross-ice feed. Finds Lenahan. Lenahan takes the shot and off the cage of the goaltender aid. Richard gives it back up to Connor Mayhew. Mayhew held. Benedictine sends this on net. Icing waved off as it hit Michael Better's stick. Casa behind the net. Handles the puck, sends it up to Connor Mayhew. Mayhew trying to flip it out of the zone, unable to do so as the Benedictine Bengal body right in front of him. And here, pass right to the point. That shot goes wide of the net. Juan along the blue line tries to poke it out. Benedictine still just winning all these mini battles and allowing some more shots on goal. Here, Casa takes it along the left wing. Puts on the brakes, leaves it Lenahan. Lenahan looking to center it over. Now to Mayhew. Mayhew unable to get it through the legs of the man in front of him. Back to the neutral zone we go. Cam Mayhew trying to take the shot, but it'll go off the leg of Benincasa and it'll technically be ruled offsides. So now as we get the different forward lines, we're also going to be seeing a different one here. Colin Arth with Ryan Kiltz and Joey Moore. Handled out of the face-off by Benedictine, but Joey Moore creates the turnover along the blue line. Pass up to Kiltz. Kiltz trying to get back to it, but unable to do so. There, pass right to the skate of Joey Moore along the blue line. Still kept into the zone, so onside. Benedictine taking it. Joey Moore back, looking for the centering feed. Nobody really there. But Arth going to be the first guy to pick up the loose puck in the corner. Here Kiltz finds it. Kiltz looking for a pass. Benedictine now with the opportunity. Referee right where he shouldn't be. And wrapped around the boards. And Benedictine with another attack brewing. No, as number 17 Hogg couldn't move it forward. And it's going to be ruled offsides. 2:04 left to go in this second period. Shaker finds themselves down 5-2 in the game, 3-0 in the period. Face-off to be taken by Lowell Rich. He'll win it back deep into the Red Raiders zone. Richard fishing it out of the possession of a Bengal who gets there first. Now pass up. Finds Schneider. Schneider to Salmon. Here's a good rush going. Salmon takes the shot right at the crest of the Bengal goaltender, number 27, Jeremy Aid. The captain, Joey Moore, taking this face-off, with now Mayhew and Lenahan joining him back on the line. The defenseman, Benincasa and Cole Richard. Benedictine not going to be able to clear it away, so it's kept it at the blue line for now. Cole Richard gives it right over to another breakaway. Here comes the shot. Glove save. Michael Better keeping this a 3-goal deficit. My goodness, Shaker's defensive lapse is really helping out Benedictine's offense. Shaker has been playing like they should be winning this game, like they could be winning this game, but Benedictine continues to take advantage on the odd man rushes, on the breakaways. Here, pass back Lenahan. Lenahan finds Mayhew once more, trying another pass to Joey Moore, but he's held up across the slot. Here are Sepke and White, the two defensemen. Mayhew getting back on the back check, and he's going to move it forward across the neutral zone. Here comes Mayhew, takes the shot, but it'll hit off of the stick of the defenseman in front. Mayhew trying to get it back as it's wrapped around the boards. Benedictine with an opportunity to clear it away, and it looks like they're going to be able to here. All the way up to Hogg. Hogg intercepted by Ersepke. Ersepke, the freshman, here up against the captain, Kares. But Orsepke eventually takes it away. Shaker with a goal before heading to the locker room would be huge because they're right now down by 3. But being down by 2 in one period sounds a lot more manageable. Here Lenahan skating it across the neutral zone, finding Connor Mayhew. Mayhew trying to do it all himself. Let's see if he can. He'll pass it over to Moore. Moore to Lenahan. He misses the tip as he's thrown down to the ice. And now behind the net, Lenahan tries to get the pass away, but a defenseman falling down to the ice. It was Alexander Herr blocking it away. Here kept inside of the zone. Lenahan with the chance. He's going to hold up at the blue line. Now pass it to the near side boards. Nobody there. Blocked as it cleared by Lenahan. And now in the slot, Mayhew thrown down to the ice. No penalty ruled. And it'll clear out of the zone. 10 seconds left to go in the second period. White leaves it to Orsepke. Orsepke finds Lenahan once again at the blue line, but he isn't able to get much going. 3 seconds left to go. Turnover back to Lenahan. He's got a second. He'll rip the shot. Save made as time expires on period number 2. A period that is one to forget if you are the Red Raiders. My goodness, 3-0. Benedictine took the lead on the period, and now they're winning it 5-2 through the first 30 minutes. 15 more to come. Shaker can get back in this one, but it's just not exactly likely. We'll see what happens for the final frame. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We'll see what happens in the final period of this senior day game. Hello, Shaker Heights Varsity hockey fans. Welcome back into the J.M. Bartley Arena for the third and final period here at the J.M. Bartley Arena for the 2024-25 regular season. Shaker Heights taking on the Benedictine Bengals, and right now, after a very, very poor showing in that second period, Shaker now looks into a third period, understanding that they should be beating this team, so that they need to have a solid third period performance, a performance that can maybe get them up to a tie, but if not, they're going to lose against a team for the final game of the regular season, against a team they should beat on their senior day. And so a lot of negatives to that, especially because they have to play that game on Tuesday, which they should beat against Holy Name, but they can't carry this kind of negative momentum. They could use a solid third period, whether or not they lose the game. They could use this final frame of 15 minutes to just get back into some sort of groove. But right now, they're losing the shots on goal 20-18. Shaker did actually have more shots on goal for that second period, but in face-offs, they're still underperforming. They're losing that 23-13. And in power play, man, we have not seen a power play be ineffective all throughout this game. Benedictine has gone 2 for 2 on the man advantage. Shaker Heights, on the other end, has gone 1 for 1. Shaker could use some more opportunities on the extra man, but we'll see what they can get in this third period. Shaker Heights down 5-2 to Benedictine. We're going to send you down to the ice as we get the final puck drop. $15 minutes up to the clock, 15 minutes for Shaker to get back into this one, so plenty of time. But with the way that second period went, Shaker without momentum. Shaker's defense sending it all the way up into the Red Raider attacking zone, but eventually Benedictine getting it back, trying to split the two defensemen. Here comes the shot from number 3, Mason Rzepka, who already scored earlier on in that second period. Here pass up to Joey Moore. Moore trying to find Lenahan, can't connect. Now Moore tries a pass that's picked up at the high slot. Once again, that time it was number 17, Aiden Hogg, Shaker clears this one all the way down the ice. It hit off of a Bengal, so Shaker will take it off of the no icing call. Lenahan flips it into the near side corner. Joey Moore trying to pick it up. Now Lenahan, both of them missing it. Lenahan trying to pass it back into the slot where Mayhew is set. No one able to really get it going. 14-10 left to go in the third period. This one flipped all the way down the ice. It's going to be an icing on Benedictine once again. And we'll see if Shaker can finally pick things up. They entered into that second period in a tied game 2-2. They left it down 5-2. Now the two defensemen, actually they're going with a 3-defenseman look in Elliot Hanna, Dylan Ersepke, and Cole Richard. Benincasa also acting as a forward, so scratch that. 4 defensemen out for the Red Raiders right now onto the ice. The only forward is Colin Arth. Ersepke to the far side boards, trying to pick it back, unable to do so. Cole Richard and Benincasa acting as forwards. They weren't able to get much going. Richard leaving this back to the defenseman Ersepke. Ersepke intercepted by a man in the neutral zone. Now pass up to Richard. This one flies up and into the glass. It's kept in play. Elliot Hanna, the man giving chase. Dropped back over to Benincasa. Benincasa leaving it to Arth. Again, the one forward out. Now Braden White comes in as Arth is thrown in to the bench. Here, pass right out in front. Benincasa flips it up and over the right pad of Jeremy Aid. Unable to make the save. So I've never seen that kind of strategy, throwing out 4 forwards at once. But in throwing out 4 forwards at the same time, they're able to get a goal. Never seen that before. But again, Cole Richard and Andy Benincasa acting as forwards, and it worked out just fine. Here, Connor Mayhew taking it from his own blue line, finding Lenahan on a 2-on-2 rush, trying to split the two defensemen, and he will with his body, but his puck goes into the near side corner boards. Here's Cam Mayhew taking the rip at it. Here, Connor Mayhew with a secondary chance. Shot went wide. Benedictine with the opportunity to try and clear as they wrap it around. Connor Mayhew, Joey Moore, and Ryan Lenahan, the couple of guys as forwards. Now Benedictine taking it through the neutral zone. It's back to a centering pass. Good stick lift by Cam Mayhew. Benedictine wanted a penalty. They're not going to get one either. Connor Mayhew Gets around the Bengal at first. Now thrown into the near side boards. Joey Moore and Lenahan taking it away. Lenahan dekes around one guy, sends it back, trying to find Joey Moore, and he'll pick it up eventually, but in the slot it's turned over to the Bengals, who try to clear. Good stick lift right now from Connor Mayhew. He'll take it back, looking for the centering feed over to Lenahan. He can't connect. Up there on the boards, Braden White keeps it in at the blue line, wraps it all the way around. Trying to keep it in at the point is Ersepke. The freshman keeps it, delivers it to Lenahan in the corner, though he's immediately intercepted by Caress. Connor Mayhew takes it in the near side corner. Trying to deke around a couple of these Bengals, set up along the near side, unable to do so. Here comes Caress on a rush. But he's unable to beat the poke check of Dylan Ersepke. Good work by the freshman to end that threat. Here, a backhand shot went wide and taken over by Aiden Salmon, who sends this one all the way down the ice. It's going to be just wide of the net. And so it's going to be an icing on the Red Raiders. Now down by 2. Aiden Salmon, Lowell Rich, Ryan Kiltz, the 3 forwards. On defense, Elliot Hanna and Cam Mayhew. Face off one to the far side by Benedictine. They wrap it around the boards. Elliot Hanna giving chase to try and clear it out of his zone. Referee right where he shouldn't be. He eventually skates out of the way, but it's kept in by Benedictine at first. Elliot Hanna takes it, tries to find Aiden Salmon along the left wing, but he's unable to pick it up. And here Lowell Rich unable to keep it in at the blue line. So here comes Benedictine, thrown off the play by Cam Mayhew. And can Shaker clear it out? Not just yet. This one tipped wide off the stick of Cam Mayhew. 11 minutes to go. Here, pass out in front of the crease. They're looking that time to number 21, Ezekiel Bartlett. And now Shaker clears it down with just under 11 minutes to go in the third. Shaker down 5-3. Maybe the 4 defenseman look was the way to keep it going. And again, they're going to have Benincasa and Cole Richard out there as forwards. A look that we've never seen before, but it worked the first time. We'll see if they can go back-to-back in back-to-back shifts. Here, Ersepke handles, sends it up Benincasa. Benincasa leaves it to Colin Arth. Arth trying to find Richard along the, as he's playing the right wing. Here, Braden White keeping it moving forward into the attacking zone. Flying in, Cole Richard trying to make the play. Ersepke now handles it back in the neutral zone, sends it up off the stick of Colin Arth. Richard and Benincasa behind the net and along the goal line behind Aid, the goaltender for the Bengals. Now Benedictine takes it, dumps this one down. This should be an icing on Benedictine. And indeed, we're going to get the hand raise and the whistle. The icing called, face off all the way back into the Bengals zone. Cam Mayhew and Elliot Hanna back in at defense. Elliot Hanna, not a guy that's had a whole lot of minutes on defense, but today he's performing rather well in his couple of shifts, so we'll see if that continues. Elliot Hanna unable to keep this at the point as Joey Moore is going to take it away, take the shot into the left glove of Jeremy Aid. Good look that time from Joey Moore, trying to put Shaker back on the scoreboard. 10:08 to go in regulation. Don't believe we'll have overtime. I believe it would just end as a tie if we get to that point, but Shaker's still down 2. Kept it at the blue line for an extra moment. Now it's a delayed offsides as a couple of forwards still in. Here, passing to the center. It goes awry, and it becomes a cross-ice feed. Now up to the point. Here's a blast. Goes off of the leg of a man in front. The black jersey's able to swarm the area. Elliot Hanna trying to clear it out. A bit of a hit up high. And indeed picked back up in the neutral zone by the Bengals. Icing waved off. Cam Mayhew getting there first. As it's sent around the boards, he's going to try to wrap it back around and get it to his brother, Connor Mayhew, getting there. Off the backhand, it's brought to the point. Here, a chance out in front, and a good save made by Michael Better. 9:25 left to go. Here, a glove save made by Michael Better as he throws it up above his head and snatches it for the whistle. Now the forward 3 going to be Arth, Juan, and Kiltz. On defense, Richard and Benincasa. Here Benincasa tries to clear it off the glass. Arth joins into the play. He will clear it out. But now here a shot on target. It'll make its way to the crest of Michael Better. This pass getting past Ryan Kiltz. Now Arth needs to stop in the zone, delayed offsides, but Shaker sends it back into the neutral zone where Benincasa tries to get a rush forward. Kept in at the blue line for a moment, but now Juan sends it back. Richard going to be the first guy to pick it up. And behind the net of Michael Better, the pass dropped off to Colin Arth. Arth now back in the Red Raiders zone, gives it Benincasa. Benincasa off the boards, finding Kiltz. Kiltz pokes it over to Arth. Arth through the legs of the defenseman in front of him is going to poke it into the corner where Juan gets there, wins the race for the puck. Now another battle for the puck possession behind the net of Jeremy Ade. Here at the point, taken out by the Bengals in their white jerseys and dark blue pants. Now moved forward, throwing him off the play. Cole Richard and Benincasa getting the puck back to the strong forward, Connor Mayhew. Now over to Cole Richard, who's beginning a rush, looking to take the shot out wide, and it's right into Jeremy Ade, making the save with 8:05 to go. Lenahan out with Moore and Mayhew on the wings. White and Orsepke, the two on defense. Plenty of time for Shaker to tie this one back, but Shaker's feels like they got to get one quick, make it a lot more comfortable of a situation. Here, White on the shot, goes wide after tipping, and here along the glass, it's cleared away. Orsepke and White, the two on defense, keeping it in the neutral zone, and now poked up by Connor Mayhew. Mayhew's got a man in the slot, and Ryan Lenahan. Lenahan just can't get the tip to fall on net. Here, White keeping it in as he slaps the puck back down onto the ice. He'll take the shot. Save made by Jeremy Ade. We're approaching the halfway mark of this third and final period. Shaker down 2. We'll see how early on in this period we would get the empty net. Here, Hanna handles it, takes the shot, tipped, glove save by Jeremy Ade. Not a bad look from Shaker that time, trying to get the tip up and in. Rich to take this face off once again. He's up against the captain, Caress. And they're both tied up on the draw, so taking it away is going to be Salmon. Leaves it to Cam Mayhew. Mayhew rips it from the blue line and hits off of his man, Salmon. Cam Mayhew just barely keeping it at the blue line. He'll flip it back up. It's anyone's puck, but Benedictine takes it. Cam Mayhew keeps it in once again. For the moment, he was looking to Salmon, but he was out of position. Cam Mayhew sending this back into the zone. Benedictine sending it right back out for an icing on the Bengals. 7:04 left to go in the third period. 5-3, Benedictine leading. As Billie Jean gets playing out here in the J.M. Bartley Arena, we're going to see a forward line change. Mayhew, Moore, and Lenahan were off for only a couple seconds. Now they're back out. Lenahan to take the face-off once again up against the captain, Caress. Here, a pass into the slot tipped by a Bengal, and it'll go out of the zone. Richard taking it in, delayed offsides. Lenahan was still over. Face-off will be right outside the Benedictine blue line. Lenahan up against Caress once more. Lenahan flips this one up, takes it into the zone, delayed offside. Shaker holds on. Cole Richard dumps it in to the far side corner of the attacking zone. Benedictine taking it away, looking for a clearing attempt. Looks like they're going to, as now they pressure the left wing up against Cole Richard. Now Benincasa taking over. Behind the net of Michael Better, given up to Joey Moore. Moore leaving it to Lenahan, who overskated it at first. Now he sends it over to Connor Mayhew. Mayhew takes the shot. It goes wide to the right side. Connor Mayhew already with a goal. Looking for another that time. Here taking this one in. Here's the shot. Pad save. Rebound chance. Given up, but another good pad save by Michael Better, keeping this a 2-score game. Connor Mayhew takes it, tries to flip it through. Kept in at the point for now. Lenahan trying to make a hit happen. The shot hits off of Cole Richard in front of the crease. Benedictine still hanging on, looking for an attack. But Shaker could really use a good offensive shift out of this first line. Here, the pass goes up past Joey Moore. This one flipped up to Ryan Lenahan, who kicks it onto his stick. Past Joey Moore. He's got a man wide, and Connor Mayhew. Now he'll skate it forward. And we'll see, can Connor Mayhew get there first? No, it's going to be picked up by Orsepke, who flips this on net. Connor Mayhew looking for the tip, but it's covered by Jeremy Ade. 5:38 to go in the third. The first line forwards have had enough, so now they're taken off. We're back now to a 3 defenseman look. Benincasa now serving as a forward once again. Arth sends this into the far side corner on the faceoff. Juan is going to pick it up. Wrapped around for Sepke. Sepke trying to send it back. Benincasa taking it. Benincasa already 2 goals on the day. As it's wrapped around. It's freed up to Juan. Juan taking the shot, trying to tip it over. Was Benincasa trying to get his second tip. He won't get it. Benedictine going to clear this down the ice. Should be an icing? No. They whistle that no. It didn't have enough on it to be ruled as an icing. 5:07 left to go. Benincasa loses it in his own zone. Throws a man down to the ice. No penalty called. They call it a clean hit. Benincasa tries to flip this over to the center spot where Colin Arth is, but now Benedictine tries to cover as Benincasa takes it in across the blue line. Benincasa to the point. Braden White going to try a slap shot. It's off of the leg of a Bengal out in front. Kept in Red Raider possession for a moment by Sepke. Here, icing chance, and they're going to take it, fling it down the ice, and it's an icing on Benedictine once more. 4:37 left to go in the third period. Benedictine not far from ruining the senior day win hopes. Moore to take this face off. Lenahan and Mayhew on the wings. Moore wins this over to Lenahan at the wing. Shot by Cam Mayhew. Trying to tip it was Connor Mayhew, but instead it'll stop its momentum. Here, referee right along the blue line. Eventually it's back with Connor Mayhew. Or excuse me, no, Ryan Lenahan. Lenahan losing it at first, but recovering is Joey Moore. Moore trying to center it back over to Lenahan, who falls down to the ice, trying to make that pass back. And now Benedictine takes this one in. It's Cam Mayhew here up against Hogg. And Mayhew trying to take it here. Now it's 2 versus 2. 2 Raiders now, or 3 Raiders up against 2 Bengals. Taking it away is Mayhew. Mayhew down the far side boards, skating it away. Looking for the shot. It'll go wide. Cole Richard will pick it up. Try to get it back up to the point, but they're able to skate it away. And this can turn into a breakaway, and indeed it will. Past Cam Mayhew. Here's the shot. Great pad save with the left pad by Michael Better. And around the board, Shaker's going to clear it down the ice. Would this be an icing? No, it's waved off. 3:35 to go in the third period. Benedictine with a pass down the ice. Now cross-ice feed as they try to get a rush going. Kiltz sends this up to Lowell Rich. Rich back to Kiltz. Good pass. Kiltz on the shot. It's blocked. And up into the air it goes past the net. Now here Lowell Rich trying to leave it at the point for Braden White. Instead it'll find its way to Kiltz. Still kept in by White. White going to pressure it forward. Now taking the shot in front of the crease. It's handled by a Bengal defenseman. Now White sends it over to Kiltz on the one-time shot. It's blocked by number 16, Duckworth III. Kiltz dumps it right back where it came from. Icing going to be waved off. Less than 3 minutes to go. Michael Better remains in the net. Benedictine trying to clear it out of their zone, and here they're going to. Icing going to be waved off once again. Michael Better leaving it to Benincasa. Benincasa going to try to poke this forward, and indeed he will, but Salmon can't pick it up cleanly. Benedictine sends it right back in. Better leaves this to White. White looking for a pass. Nothing really open. He'll bank it off the glass down the ice. That's going to be an icing on the Red Raiders with 2:26 to go in the third. First line forwards back out. On defense, it's going to be Cole Richard and Cam Mayhew. We'll see when they pull the net empty. If they do. Here, Benedictine wraps it around the boards. Richard in a physical battle for the puck. He'll get it back and send it up to Joey Moore. Moore tried to send it cross-ice to Connor Mayhew. Couldn't connect as there were too many Bengals in the lane. Now here they come again. Poked away by Joey Moore. Mayhew leaves it to Lenahan, and here's another good rush. Up the left wing. Lenahan splits a couple of forwards, leaves it to Moore. Moore rips the shot. It'll go wide, but it's kept in along the blue line by Cole Richard. As he back skates into that blue line, he kept the puck momentum going the other way. Here, Lenahan taking it along the blue line, trying to find Connor Mayhew. Mayhew unable to get any good shots or any of these Red Raider guys. It's wrapped around. Michael Better off as the net is empty and the extra attacker is out. in the form now of Colin Arth. Here's Richard. Richard trying to give it back up to Moore. Under 100 seconds left to go in the game. Lenahan trying to leave it to one of his forwards. Benedictine with an opportunity to clear it away, but kept in for now by Cam Mayu. But now here's a one-on-one developing for Benedictine. They'll flip this off the post, but the secondary chance off the post, they're going to flip this one in. So that means Benedictine leads now 6-3 with a minute 21 to go in the third. Shaker's defense, another problematic day for the defense. A lot of the goals against Michael Better were not his fault. It was that defense. And a lot of not knowing where everyone would be and letting the other squad get a breakaway chance, get a odd man rush. And here in the neutral zone, Benedictine holds it once more. Around the boards, Braden White holds it. Back in the Red Raider zone, trying to find Schneiberg. Schneiberg leaves it to White. White taking it up the right wing. Leaving it now as he tries to connect with Kiltz. Kiltz taken down on a trip, and indeed a penalty is going to be called. Schneiberg taking it in at the Red Raider zone. Here he comes from blue line, sends it up to Kiltz, who moves it across the other blue line. Shot off the arm of Aid, and now wrapped around the boards for Benincasa to take it. Benincasa looks for another shot, trying to get a hat trick on senior day, but it's not going to happen that time, as with 40 seconds left to go, looks like the power play unit's going to make their way back out. It's number 7 on the penalty, Will Milan, sophomore forward, called on the trip. But it's just a bit too late. Shaker would love another goal. And it's going to be an all-senior look on the power play on their senior day, trying to get any one of these guys a final goal at the JM Bartley Arena. Benincasa looking for the hat trick. It's blocked out in front. Lenahan trying to get it back up to the point. Benincasa needing to stretch out his stick, and in doing so, he'll get it back to Benincasa. Benincasa point to point. Braden White. White sends it back over, finds Aiden Salmon. Salmon back to White. 20 seconds left to go. He finds Benincasa. Awkward pass reception. 14 seconds left to go. Benincasa with another shot, and it goes in! So as that one flies its way into the top part of the net, it's going to be Benincasa on a hat trick. A bit late for the hat trick, but he'll take it. They're going to start with Michael Better on the bench. You never know what could happen. It's not likely, but Shaker was 6. Oh, they actually call it Lowell Rich on the goal. So that means I got my puck in the net pick all correct. Here, Benedictine going to clear it out of their zone right as Shaker got set, and they win on Shaker Heights' senior day, 6-4. To take away the hat trick, your goal scorers are going to be Andy Benincasa with 2, Connor Mayhew with 1, and then Lowell Rich with 1. So the puck in the net picks going to Caden Trotter, give her a little bit of bonus points as she called the right guy with 2 goals. I myself picked Lowell Rich, who was able to get that last goal in the final seconds. 6-4, going to be your final between Benedictine and the Red Raiders. And as they get the handshake lines going, we're going to get in front of the camera in just a moment here and deliver these stats. So Shaker losing all the stat categories today. They lost shots attempted 52-46. They lost shots on goal by a narrow margin 27-25. Then face-off, once again, they lose that one 30-23. Each team, however, doing just fine on the power play. Each squad getting 2 chances each time. They scored in those opportunities, so we'll see if Shaker can carry that power play momentum, an area in which they have been incredibly lacking. That's something that hopefully they can pick up as they move into the GLHL Cleveland Cup. Again, because Shaker lost yesterday to Padua Franciscan, they are going to be playing the play-in game for the Cleveland Cup tournament on Tuesday against the Holy Name Green Wave, a team Shaker Heights has already beaten multiple times this season. They don't look to stop as they are going to try to get that final seed in the GLHL Cleveland Cup and face Walsh Jesuit, the #1 1 seed. Hopefully that would be on Friday, but we'll see once again how Tuesday goes. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call the last time here at the J.M. Bartley Arena, I am a senior, so we will see you for the GLHL Cleveland Cup for our final games against the GLHL rivals. That will be at the Brunswick Automart Arena, 6 o'clock on Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in.